Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio Monday morning, back to work. We are through the next round of the playoffs, the divisional round. We know who's going to the AFC and NFC championship game. Let's start with the Saturday one. As a Chiefs fan, it was rough for me to pick a side between the Bills and Broncos, but personally, I was rooting for the Bills. I felt like if they're going to do it, they need to do it now. But just came up short. What'd you think about that game?
Well, they were contrasting games, both of them, on Saturday. In all honesty, I didn't have a dog in the hunt. It's kind of missing something without the Chiefs in there, and in my case, also the Philadelphia Eagles. But still, nonetheless, some fair football. The Buffalo-Denver game, let's just put it this way. Denver was very fortunate to get the victory. They got some help from the officials. Never will I say that the officials decide games, but the interception in overtime was sure very questionable, and then the interference to set up the winning field goal was not interference, in my opinion. In my opinion.
No, and that's the thing, and you and I have said this time and time and time again, despite the was it a catch and then all that stuff, despite all that, the one thing that you and I have agreed upon over and over and over again is that those officials were letting those guys play all day long. And then you're going to tell me, Carl, that in the crucialest point of the entire game, you're going to start calling that stuff. They were letting them play. And if you noticed last night, that stuff continued. They let them play. But Carl decides in the last 30 seconds of the game, no, we're going to throw DPIs now. Are you kidding me?
Your use of adverbs is pretty good. I've never heard some of those words.
Hey!
Anyway, you're right. But again, the decision on the interception to say that he didn't have possession of the ball, the man's on the ground, for heaven's sake, and he's got the ball. And that's not the end of the play? Well, regardless of that, Denver gets the win. It's a Pyrrhic victory because they lose their quarterback, Bo Nix, and now they get Jarrett Stidham in there, and they're saying, well, Stidham's a tried and proven quarterback, and he is, but he's a tried and proven backup quarterback. We'll see what happens. Seattle Seahawks, well, you knew they weren't going to have any problem with the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are out of gas. They have no players. They're injury-prone, injury-affected, and as a result, the Seahawks just blasted them. Now, in yesterday's game, the Patriots had a tad more offense than Houston. Houston was turning the ball over. I'll tell you, C.J. Stroud, he has his problems. He's got to get the correct. Houston's a good team. The Patriots are a very good team. They're motivated, and they win 28-16. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots don't knock off the Broncos. I'm not going to predict that's going to happen, but then the Rams-Bears game. What an incredible ending to a football game. It was forced into overtime with you can't even call it a Hail Mary. Caleb Williams, he's about to take about a 40-yard loss, and he unloads the football right into the hands of the tight end at the corner of the end zone, who may have pushed off, but they're not going to call that, and ties the game, send it into overtime, and then Caleb Williams throws a pick, and the Los Angeles Rams turn that into a winning score. The Rams win it 20-17. Their field goal kicker for the Rams is the Mizzou field goal kicker last year, Harrison Mevis, and he did a good job. So there you have it, some semi-exciting football and some real exciting football in Chicago, where the temperature was about 5, something like that.
Looked a little breezy there in the Windy City last night. That was the biggest letdown, was the officiating in that Bills-Broncos game and what it came down to. Regardless, I don't, obviously Chiefs aren't in it, so I don't care, but man, it's what I've been saying for years, guys, consistency. But now it's funny because other fan bases get to hear, the refs are in your pocket now for a while. So that'll be nice to get some heat off of us.
And that's not fair to say, Mike. They're not in the pocket. They just are the level of consistency. And a friend of mine here in town is a former referee, says the same thing. They're just inconsistent. It just is not a winning level. The credibility is lacking, and the calls are, well, the theory in officiating is you call what you see. You don't call what you don't see or think you don't see. There's just so many variables involved, but it certainly affected that game, the Denver game with the Buffalo Bills.
And another thing, too, on that game, the one thing that was also frustrating was how long it took those officials to blow the play dead. There were so many times where Allen was running through. He stopped. There's 4 or 5 defenders around him. You got line judges running in like the play's dead. Not one of them has blown the whistle yet.
Well, I would suppose there's a formula to it for allowing time, but I don't know
Crazy,
that part
man.
of it. I do know it made a difference, though.
Oh, hell it did. Well, again, it's interesting, too. My buddy, who's in the Navy, he flies for the Navy. I got a chance to talk to him yesterday, and I was like, what's going on? He's like, family and I are on a walk. I was like, oh, just nice little walk in Hawaii with the family while I'm walking into Walmart, and it's 20 degrees outside. Oh, man, sounds horrible. Well, he wasn't the only one having a good time in Hawaii this weekend.
Hawaiian Open was the first golf tournament of the year. Normally it's the second one, but the first one, the Tournament of Champions, was canceled because of drought conditions on Maui. So the first one, the Sony Open in Honolulu, and Chris Gotterup gets the victory. Now, Gotterup flies under the radar. He's a very, very good player, folks. He won a tournament last year on the PGA Tour, and I think this kid's an up-and-comer. Watch out for him. Chris Gotterup gets the victory.
The national championship for college football tonight. Hopefully you paid your ESPN subscription.
I think most people who have either cable or maybe satellite or maybe streaming, I think almost all of them have ESPN. It's very much in vogue with most of the TV programs. It's Indiana versus Miami, and at this moment, while Indiana is still a substantial favorite, their point spread's come down. It was 8.5. It's now 7.5 over Miami. The game, of course, is at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, which is the Miami Hurricanes' home field. All right, does that make a difference? I don't think it does, but many of the pundits are selling the Miami Hurricanes short. Folks, they're a good team. Now, the Hoosiers have had a magic year, and Mendoza is a terrific quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, surefire first pick in the NFL draft. But you know what? So is Miami's Carson Beck. He transferred to Miami so that he could play an extra year. He was playing at Georgia, an All-America at Georgia, and he takes the Miami Hurricane on another magic carpet ride. They're a good team, folks. They're very big up front. Are they as good as Indiana? They're certainly capable of giving Indiana a very tough time. Now, can they beat Indiana? I think that's chancy. The Hoosiers are an extremely good team and very big. But you know, so is Miami. And they're big and they're quick and they're at home. Does it make that much of a difference playing at home? I don't think in a national championship game it does. But over and above that, it is Indiana favored, and I think it will be a very good football game. Miami has blown out teams here in the playoffs. I don't think they will in this case. I think it'll be a terrific football game. I do not see Indiana piling up 45 or 50 points in this one.
It's going to be a lot of fun either way, and I think I think the two top teams made it, and we're going to definitely get ourselves a matchup. Hopefully, we'll see. Your thoughts on how the TOC went this past weekend?
Tournament of Champions was outstanding. 41st renewal and may have been, arguably, one of the best fields ever. It was a terrific set of basketball games, wonderful competition, and congratulations to the winner, which is Calvary Christian Academy from Clearwater, Florida. They beat the number one team in the country, Paul VI, 78-64. Beat them decisively in the championship game. That is the key right there. These are all good teams. But now there were two of them from Missouri. One was Principia, which is the number 2 team, or was number 2 high school team in the country. They did lose in the semifinal round, but Principia also plays in the Missouri system, and they are the reigning Class 3 champions. Okay, watch out for Logan Rogersville. This is a team that's pretty doggone good, folks. They're going to be a very tough out. They're playing in Class 4, and it'll be a difficult one for all those teams, but it's a loaded division in Missouri basketball. But Logan Rogersville is going to be a really, really good program and on the way to who knows what come March.
Gonna be a lot of fun to watch. And last but not least, we've got the Missouri State Bears. Are they back home this week or on the road?
They are on the road again. This is a 4-game road trip for the Bears. The first 2 games they have lost. Lost at Western Kentucky, over in Bowling Green, Kentucky, lost there, and then lost on Saturday in double overtime to Middle Tennessee State in Murfreesboro, a game the Bears could have won. Okay, I think the Bears can win any game they play, but now they go on the road. They play at New Mexico State in Las Cruces. That'll be on Thursday, and then they play at Texas El Paso, and that'll be on Saturday. It's a Saturday afternoon game. These are going to be tough assignments on the road. The Lady Bears, who lost 1 game on their 2-game swing, they are home. That 1 game that they lost, incidentally, was to New Mexico State. The Lady Bears are home this week playing Louisiana Tech. And, gang, this is one of the ladies basketball's most historic teams. The Lady Techsters back in the mid and late 1980s and very early 90s, one of the great powers in national basketball. They are coming in here. Now, their program is Conference USA, and it's probably dwindled a little bit, but it's still a very renowned program. And then on Saturday, Sam Houston comes in here to play the Lady Bears as well. So it's a very busy schedule forthcoming.
Ned, you have a wonderful Monday, and bundle up. Don't freeze out there.